or good morning, fellow YouTubers, and welcome to another grand and glorious episode of Arizona Griper Positive Motivation Vids and Streams and more. Starring your beautiful host, Mr. Arizona. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody's feeling well, and hope everybody is having a decent day. Today, we're going to talk about a few things. Now, before I get started, I want to ask you guys something very important. Where do you see yourself spending the most time in? Is it your past? Is it your present? Or is it your future? Where do you spend your most time in? That's the question of the day. And also, here's this. You could spend all the time you want in your past. And that's never going to change it. That's never going to alter it. That's never going to, that's never going to, ain't nothing going to change the past. The past is what it is. And you can't change that. You can't alter it. You can't get away from it. The past is what it is, and that's it. But guess what? The past is gone and buried. The past is dead. You can't never relive the past. You could relive, for instance, you ever seen the movie Groundhog Day, where they relive the same day over and over and over and over again, right? They relive the same day over and over and over again, and nobody gets anywhere, nobody does anything, right? Because you wake up the next day, it's the same day. You wake up the next day, it's the same day. You go to bed and wait, it's the same day that repeats itself over and over. Hey, how's it going? Over and over and over again. And the question you want to ask yourself, do you want to be on the same repetitive process over and over and over and over again? And then when opportunity knocks on your door, or when opportunity, presents itself, what are you going to do? Just let it pass you by because you can't get rid of the past, because you can't stop being part of the past? I mean, seriously, the past is important because we can learn from it. But it's not who we are as people. It's not how we are today. So the thing is that, what do you see yourself doing today that's going to make a difference? What do you see yourself doing that's going to make a positive impact on just life in general? Where do you see yourself in the past 40 years? Or where do you see yourself in the past 30 years? Or where do you see yourself doing, what do you see yourself doing tomorrow that you can't be doing today? What do you see yourself doing today that you can't improve for tomorrow? What you do today is your tomorrow. Today is your tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. The time is now. Not next week. Everybody gets in this mindset. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Well, pretty soon, days, you get yourself in that mindset. talk yourself out of just about everything. And you always tell yourself, I'm going to do it later. I'm going to do it later. I'm going to do it later. Well, pretty soon you keep talking yourself. Hey, what you been up to, man? How have you been? Good to see you. Is that Prince? What you been up to, Prince? You changed your account again, I think. You had that one account called Prince is Back or Prince is Risen. And then you changed it. Yeah. But it's good to see you, man. I hope things have been going well for you, bro. Haven't heard from you in a while. But it's nice to see you. Me, I'm doing all right. You know, so far so good. You know, there's just, you know, things going on in my family right now that not looking too good, but I'm dealing with it the best way I know how, you know. But like I said, the question of the day, ladies and gentlemen, where do you see your guys, where do you see yourselves? Like, for instance, when you look at yourselves today, what are you going to be doing tomorrow that's going to make a positive change? What are you going to do tomorrow that is going to make an impact on what you do today? Because what you do today is going to be the foundation of what you do tomorrow. Tomorrow hasn't happened yet. Don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow is never guaranteed. Tomorrow ain't happened yet. You worry about today. You worry about now. You worry about what's going on right this second, right this moment, right this instant. Because who you are today is going to be what you're doing and who you are tomorrow. Because what you do today determines what you're going to do tomorrow. Because this is your future. This is your present. This is what you could do to change who you're going to be tomorrow. Yeah. What's the question, man? You know, there's a lot of questions that really can't be answered. That's true, Prince. There is a lot of questions that really can't be answered. But here's one thing that's for certain. You could do one thing. Be who you want to be today and don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow might not even happen. Tomorrow might not even occur. Tomorrow might not even be here. So why not do what you can to make a difference today? And don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow ain't happened. Worry about today. Worry about this moment. Worry about right now. We've been going strong for about 8 minutes and 57 seconds. Now, you could do a lot in 8 minutes and 57. All right, 9 minutes now. We're almost 10. But believe it or not, you can accomplish a lot in that amount of time. Trust me. Even if it's just focusing on just one thing and one thing only. Just focus on one thing that you want to do. Like that you've always wanted to do and that you've never done before. Like maybe, taking a fishing trip, or, watching that favorite movie that you've always been wanting to watch, or, call up that important person that you've always been wanting to call, that you've always been wanting to contact, that you've always been wanting to talk to, or do something that you've always been wanting to do It's just that you've never done it. Quit procrastinating. Quit saying that I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Well, what if tomorrow never comes, man? What if tomorrow never be's here? What if today is the only time that you could do anything positive with your life? Now's the time to do it. Now, not 10 years from now, not 20 years from now, not 30 years. See, to me, here's what it is. Excuses are like assholes. Everybody's got them and they all stink. We could all sit here and procrastinate the shit out of ourselves, saying, I'll worry about this tomorrow. I'll do this tomorrow. Why worry about something tomorrow that you can't accomplish today? Exactly. See, Prince knows what I'm talking about. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Prince is actually one of my most oldest friends. He and I have had our little stupid ups and downs, but that's what a friendship is. That's what makes people friends. That's how friendships go. You have your ups and downs. You have your lefts and rights. You have your hills and valleys. That's what a true friendship really is. It honestly is. A true friendship is just like any other relationship. You're not going to get along 100% of the time. You're not. You're going to have disagreements. You're going to have, the meeting of the minds, so to speak. You're going to have clash of opinion, clash of thoughts. It happens. It happens. But at the bottom line is when the crap really hits the fan, when stuff really goes down, you could depend on that person, that they're going to be there, that they'll be able to talk to you, they'll be able to communicate with you, that they'll be there 100% of the time, no matter what. Because, same with the relationship between me and my wife. We have our ups and downs. We have our hills and valleys all the damn time. We argue all the damn time. But guess what? See, what you guys don't understand. I'm 51 years old. Okay? I'm an old fart. What do you think old couples do if they can't fuck? What do? They fight. And that is exactly what me and my old lady do almost all the time. Because we can't do one thing, so we turn around and do the other. But guess what? Even though we do have the disagreements, even though we do have the ups and downs, hills and valleys, blah, 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 blah. But guess what? At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, when the last check is cashed, and when the last party favor is picked up, guess what it is? My wife is there, all right? Where do we start to clean up? And where do we start to basically clean everything up, reset, and, make everything anew again? That's a beautiful thing. It really is. It really is. It's a gorgeous thing. Life is a beautiful thing. You just, it all depends on how you look at it. It all depends on how you feel about it. It all depends on what you really truly see that is just, I don't know. I can't life is so hard to explain into words how wonderful it is. And this is coming from a guy that used to hate my life. I used to hate my life constantly. I used to not like it at all. I used to fucking just not like my life and just wish I wasn't in it. And I've always, I always had that type of attitude for the longest time. Until finally, dude, I can't explain it. I cannot explain what's happened. I can't explain what is really going on. Because sometimes in life, things happen that are so beautiful and so perfect that they're unexplainable. I truly love my wife with all my heart, man. And I'm very blessed to have her in my life. Because without my wife, I just heard something. I heard my phone go off. I lost my phone again. Which doesn't surprise me one bit. I always lose my phone or always misplace it or somewhere, it happens. Let's see. Okay, I got 2 phones here. Where was my other one then? I had a total of 3 different phones. One that I'm filming on. Hello, hello, hello. And the other one I have in my pocket. But the third one, I don't see it anywhere. Which is kind of a bummer. Well, there's only one way to do it. I'm going to call it. Which is probably what I'm going to do here after I get off of here. So, but anyway, guys. Yes, we are. Yes, we are, Prince. Prince, I'm going to say this truthfully. We're all blessed from the moment we're born to the moment we're died. Because you know what? We have a life to live. And we have plenty of love to give. And we don't need to have anybody take that away from us. We don't need to have anybody try and destroy us, try and reduce us down to nothing. No. Because we all have the beauty of life. We all have the beauty of togetherness. Because we're all part of a family here. Whether you want to believe it or not, we're all part of a family here. And, people could say, well, I don't like him or I don't like her and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, we all truly care about each other. Because if we didn't, nobody would be listening to anybody at all. And nobody would even care to listen. We would just all be just a bunch of talking robots. That's what makes us human, because we have feelings. We have, thoughts. everything going, you know. But anyway, guys, I'm about ready to head out. So you guys take care. Much love. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. As usual, thank you for watching. Later, guys. Bye.